Math 1, Stats 9.2. So, problems 1 through 4, we are selecting the best answer based on the given data. So then we'll say what confidence we have. So data 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. The next number, well, it looks like we're doubling each time, right? So it'd probably be 64. So I would say exactly 64. And because there's a pattern to it, I would say I'm certain I'm correct. Okay, and the reason, there's a pattern. Okay, 47, negative 13, negative 8, 9, negative 23, 14. Okay, this one's a bit tougher, but I could probably say it could be negative. Okay, most likely less than 100. I'd say one of those two. But I didn't really have an idea on this one. There's kind of a pattern, like positive, negative, negative, but then positive, negative. And the numbers don't really get a pattern to me, so there's no pattern. That's what's causing me problems. Okay, 3, negative, then 3/4, 38, negative, 1/2, negative, negative, 1/4, positive, negative. So the next number, looking at this pattern, it looks like after a negative number, we generally have a fraction. Okay, probably be a little unsure because this was negative, 2 negatives in a row. But, that pattern would tell me probably that's a pretty good idea. Then 50, negative 43, then 36, then negative 29, then 22, negative 15. So it's going down. And it's going down by, at least 7 or 8. So this went down by 7, then 8, then 7, 7, and 7 again. So if it went down by 7, it would probably be less than 9. It would probably be positive, so I'd probably go with that one. And again, looking at patterns helped me feel that way. Alright, now let's look at the back side, dealing more with the stat stuff, okay? So we've got a 10-point quiz given in his 9th grade math classes. Okay, so here's first period, second, and third period. So we're going to use all of the quiz data to make a frequency table. So frequency tables tells us how many times we score a certain number. So score between 0 and 1, we had 1, 2, that's all I see, so those two. Between 2 and 3, we didn't have any, it looks like. Between 4 and 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 6 and 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, looks like 10. 8 and 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, did we miss an 8? Let's add these up and see if it equals 50. So that would be 20, then 30, then 47, then 49. So we had one more 8, so that would be 18 here, not 17. Okay. Alright, now it wants us to make a histogram. So, for this between 0 and 1, we'd have 2. So this area right here would be kind of a bar graph at 2. Then we had none at 2, 3. So 4, 5, we had between 4 and 5. So we have 17, so about right up there. Okay. And 6 between 6 and 7. Well, we only went to 10, didn't we? So it would be about right there. And that was 6 and 7. 8 and 9. Between 8 and 9 we go up to 19, 18. So about right there. And then finally, for 10 and 11, I don't know how we got 11, but at 10 we had only 3. It's about right there. Okay, so if I look at this data, okay, it looks like it could be bimodal, because you have those two really large spaces, but technically it's only unimodal, because that's 18, the other one's 17, but I'd almost describe it as bimodal. Okay, kind of has a symmetry to it, right, as we go low, high, high, low. Okay, so is it skewed? No. So it would have a more normalized distribution, even though it drops down a little bit. It's kind of a bimodal version of that. So it's not skewed. The variability, it's pretty, it has a high variability. I would say no outliers here. And, yeah, I'd say that information's pretty good. Okay, then it says now create a graph of our choice. Histogram, box plot, dot plot for first and third. Okay, so now we just want first and third here, so not second period. Okay, and why don't we do a box plot? I think that would be a good one to look at. So we need the lowest number, right, which is 1. Okay, then we need the first quartile, the median, the third quartile, and the highest. Okay, the highest was 10. So the median, then we want to go in order, don't we? So 1 and 10, and I'd go 9 and 4 is the next. 4 and 9. Okay, no other 4s, no other 9s. So 8 and 5, 8 and 5, 8 and 5, and 7 and 5, 7 and 5, 7 and 6. So it would be in between 6 and 6, which would be, and actually I probably should have just wrote it out in order, huh? So 1, 4, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5s, 3 6s, 3 7s, okay, then 3 8s, 2 9s, and a 10. Okay, so we found out it was between the two 6s, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. Alright, so our median is 6, which then, for the first quartile, we get the median of the first half of data, which is 5 for our first quartile. Then for the third, we get 8. So then using that data, we're able to make our box plot. So 1 and a 10. Then we had 5, 6, and 8. So 5, 6, and 8. We draw our box and our whiskers. Okay? And we want to do the same thing for third period. Okay, so our lowest is 5, 5, and 5. Okay, then no 6s, 1, 7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Three 9s and 2 10s. Okay, so our low is 5, our high is 10. So down here, a low of 5, high of 10. Our median, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 1. So between 8 and 8, which would be 8 for our median. Okay, so then we cut our first quartile, lower half. We get 7. Upper half, get 9. So 7, 8, and 9 for our box and our whiskers. Okay. Now really, if we're looking at this first period, we should really take this 5 and this 8, find the interquartile range, so 8 minus 5 is 3, times that by 1.5, this would be 4.5, to see if our 1 was an outlier. Well, 5 minus 4.5 would be 1, so it's right on the edge. It's almost an outlier, so not quite, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so which class performed better? I think it's pretty easy to see the majority of the data here is within that 7, 8, and 9. Okay, if we were to graph it on the same place, it would look like this. Okay, so the majority of the data is up here, so it's definitely class third period that did better. Okay, because it's more skewed to the left, which means all our data is to the right. Whereas this one's a little more uniform. Okay, this one's spread out a lot further than this one. That's another reason. Higher median. Okay, so for all of those reasons, it would be the better class. All right, so there we go.